I'm going to show how to assemble and use the Gvode grinder and stuffer. This is an attachment made for stand mixers. I'm using it on my KitchenAid mixer. There are many different terms used for the parts of a grinder. I will be using the terms given in the product's instructions. Here's what comes in the box. I will explain the different parts as I go along. The grinder body comes pre-assembled. This is how you disassemble it. Begin by unthreading the locking ring by turning it counterclockwise. Next, lift the grinding plate from its keyed position. Then, lift the grinding blade from the square shank. And finally, remove the grind worm from within the grinder body. Here's the complete assembly and how it is attached to the mixer. Insert the grind worm into the grinder body. Place the grinding blade over the square shank at the exposed end of the grind worm. Make sure the blade is in the correct direction. You want the sharp edges facing out. Next, place the grinding plate over the blade, matching the tabs in the plate with the notches of the grinder body. Then place the locking ring on in this manner. Make sure to not over-tighten. Next, install the tray into the hopper. It is now ready to be installed on the mixer. Before installing, make sure the speed control has been turned off on the mixer. Also, be sure to unplug the power cord. Next, remove the protective plug on the power hub by unscrewing the knob on the side. Now, remove any other attachments on the mixer, and then lock the head of the mixer into the down position. Next, take the assembled grinder and insert the shaft housing into the power hub on the mixer. When doing this, the square socket in the power hub will receive the square end of the shaft. This may require some manipulation in order to mate together. Once installed, secure into place by tightening the knob on the power hub. Finally, install the tray as shown earlier. The grinder attachment is now ready to use. The following is an alternative way to assemble the grinder. This is done by building onto the mixer one piece at a time. This is actually my preferred method. The following shows how to use the grinder. I will begin by installing the coarse plate. This is the most versatile plate. It's ideal for grinding raw or cooked meats, firm vegetables, dried nuts, and cheese. Here's how to change the plates. Next, plug the mixer in and it's ready to grind. To demonstrate grinding a vegetable through a coarse plate, I will be using a fresh green pepper. When preparing a vegetable for grinding, you need to cut it into small pieces. Next, load the pieces into the tray and turn the mixer on to a speed of 4 or 5. Now use the food pusher and feed the pieces down into the hopper. The grinder goes to work making small minced pieces out of the pepper. Next, I will show how to grind raw meat through the coarse plate. I will demonstrate this using a chicken breast. Begin by cutting the meat into small pieces. Then place the meat in the freezer for 20 to 30 minutes until it's partially frozen. This will ensure a better texture after grinding. Then power up the grinder and feed the pieces into the hopper. As seen here, the chicken grinds easily through the coarse plate. I usually grind chicken when I'm making chicken fritters. Chicken fritters are fried chicken patties with seasonings and Parmesan cheese. The KitchenAid comes in handy after grinding the meat. I can simply remove the grinder attachment and use the mixer to mix the ingredients. The following is the technique for sausage stuffing. I am following a hot dog recipe that starts with ground meat and seasonings. Using the mixer, I mix all the ingredients together very well. For the best results, the meat should be ground twice, finishing through the fine plate. Since the meat was purchased already ground, I will only need to send it through the fine plate once to give it a smooth texture. Also, since the ingredients are already mixed into the meat, the second grind will help disperse the seasonings as well. Once the sausage has been ground, set it aside and prepare the grinder for stuffing. Convert the meat grinder into a sausage stuffer by first removing the grinding plate and the grinding blade. Then install the sausage plate and select the size stuffing tube needed for your particular size sausage casing. Install it in the following manner. Now load the sausage into the tray and turn on the mixer. Then feed in the sausage until the tube has been primed. Next, prepare the sausage casings by washing them thoroughly inside and out. Fill the casings with water and swish using a seesaw motion. Repeat this process several times with each casing. Place a casing in a bowl of water below the tube. Now load the tube with the casing in this manner. Make sure to leave a little hanging off the end. Then tie this end off using butcher's twine. Next, turn the mixer on and begin stuffing the casings in this manner. When finished, turn the mixer off and pinch the sausage link from the end of the tube. Then tie the end off using butcher's twine. Next, cut the sausage loose from the tube. Make links by pinching and twisting. Then separate the links with a pair of scissors. The sausage is now ready to cook. When cleaning the grinder, completely disassemble all pieces and hand wash. Do not put in the dishwasher. Use the cleaning brush to get in all the nooks and crannies. Once cleaned and dried, return it to its box and store until next use.